This is Tom Maloney, head coach of the girls varsity basketball team, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Good evening and welcome to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Today we are here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gym to watch the Amityville Warriors take on the Port Jefferson Royals. Tonight's game seems very exciting, can't wait.
Yeah, it is an exciting game, and we're looking forward to getting started. And Aaron, it should be quite a show. These Amityville Warriors have come out and surprised a lot of people with a 3-2 record, 3 more wins than they had all of last year.
That is true. I mean, they just had a game on Monday that they won against Central Meriches. They won 51-48. They were down in the first half, but they got back. And some top scorers of that game, we had Henry, Baptiste, and Katz, all very key players of the team.
Yeah, if you want to break down this whole season, they started at Hampton Bays. That was back in the beginning of the month, and they came away with a 41-33 victory. And I just want to stress again to our audience out there, they didn't win a game last year. I know Coach Maloney's been working really hard. This is his second year with this team, and he always talks about how they are a young team, but gained quite a lot of experience in the offseason. I think he said they played around 40 games in various leagues to try to get this team to gel together, get confidence and experience. So they get that first win, then they come back, they kind of get blown out by Rocky Point 51-30, but they bounce right back and get a win against John Glenn at home. The first win in a couple of years on their home court. But then they get blown out again at Bayshore, and then they come back and get a win against Center Meriches. This was a very close game, and it was a game that maybe didn't look like so much was going to go the Warriors' way, at least not the way that it started.
No, because in the first quarter of that game, Amityville only scored 1 point against Center Meriches 5, so they were not doing too good in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they were still down by 11 points, and they changed that in the second quarter. The third quarter, they really turned it around and made it their game.
Yeah, one of the things that Coach Maloney talked about, and he's going to talk about that in a few minutes when we play our coaches show, but he stressed that he has yet to see his girls come out of the gates with a hot start. And that has hurt them in every single game. In fact, he said that they have not had a lead at halftime in any of the 5 games they've played so far. Now, as you get into better competition, that is something that will come back to bite you. So it'll be curious to see if they're off a free throw is not going to get the job done. But it's an interesting dichotomy if you see how the fact that you get 1 point in the first quarter, 25 points in the fourth quarter. So clearly this team can do it. Last year, this team had a lot of trouble scoring points, and I know you alluded to it a moment ago. This year, they have quite a few options offensively.
Yes, Alana Henry is a very powerful key player of this team. She is co-captain. Last game on Monday with Center Meriches, she scored 21 points, with 13 of them were rebounds, 4 assists, and that's a very good scoring for her. And we have the freshman Natalia Baptiste, who scored 10 points, and sophomore Katz with 9 points, both very good for them.
And Natalia Baptiste, she was on this team last year as an 8th grader and got a lot of minutes. And I know she's another player that works so hard in the offseason, both on conditioning and skill. And as a freshman, but one with experience, she's making a difference. If she can score points, because last year, this team really was one-dimensional with Alana Henry being the only person they could rely on offensively. Now, they had a couple of other players who could drive the lane and kind of push the tempo a little bit, but Henry was the rock. Now you have a situation where you have multiple people that can step up offensively. You also have people that can shoot from downtown, can rebound. One of the things I think keys we have to look out is Anaya Hampton, who underneath the basket, she's probably not going to give you a lot of offense, but she's going to give you a lot of muscle in the paint.
Yeah, she's definitely the key muscle of the team. She plays a key role in the team, and she's a very good player. And
yeah, she is. And, last game she had 6 rebounds. She didn't even lead the team. Alana Henry had 13 rebounds, which is most impressive that, they're doing it everywhere. And Henry, what I'm most impressed with, 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. She's approaching that triple-double mark, which is very impressive for a player who, as a junior, is one of the better players in the league.
Yes. All right, we're going to wrap this up now, but don't go anywhere. We are heading to our coaches show. I'm Aaron Kruder with Mr. Grice. Heading to coaches show now.
How did your team bounce back to win Monday's game?
We came out in the first half and didn't really play well. I think it was a mix of a couple things. We didn't practice the day before. It was a Sunday, so they were kind of rusty. But when we play fast, we play better. We don't think as much, and we just kind of create chaos in the middle of the court. And once we pick up our energy on defense, we started making them turn the ball over, and it leads to a lot of offense for us. So that's pretty much how we changed everything on what was it, Monday? Yeah, Monday.
What is your focus for today's game?
Today is coming out fast. We want to start fast. Every game that we've played, we haven't started fast. We've been down at halftime every single game we played this year, so we're looking to jump out quick, get a lead, and kind of not coast, but roll with the lead and just manage the game rather than chaotically coming back every like we have. So.
How has the team improved since last year?
Well, I would. The main thing with our team this year is experience. Whether it's in-season experience, and then we've played, I would say, upwards of 30 to 40 games in the off season, in different leagues and whatnot, and just training in the off season. And our experiences that we've gained over the off season is incredible, and it really just shows. And then, just our age. Last year we were young, and so now we're mainly 10th and 11th graders. So experience and age obviously comes, makes us a lot better.
Who are some key players to look out for in today's game?
Obviously we're gonna look at number 2, Alana Henry. She's like we go where she goes type of girl. We need her to get a ton of rebounds for us. We need her to put up 20 points a game for us. And then her success leads to everybody else's success. You look at a girl like Natalia Baptiste, who's our point guard. Last game, she didn't really have her best game in the first half. She turned it around and scored 8 points in the second half and really got us going to come back against Center Mauritius. You look at a girl like we're looking to get Mercy Griffin some touches in the beginning. She needs to score a little bit to get comfortable. And then number 5, Delaney Katz, is a really good defender for us.
How do you think the team's chemistry will help them in today's game?
Again, this is my second season, but I could tell this team is a lot closer this year than they were last year. A lot of them are back from this year, so they went through a lot of growing pains last year together. It's helped us all year because we've been down and we've really needed to come back in some games, and I really do think the tight knit, family feeling we get every day is helping us with those games. So.
After going winless last season, how much does confidence from wins help your team move forward?
It's everything. That first win we got was, even just for me, it was like, wow, we came back, we played a good team, and it gave all of us confidence. Like, it was really just like a sigh of relief. Like we were saying, we can win, and then, to come out in the first game this year and actually win a game and be down by however many points at halftime, it definitely instills a ton of confidence.
All right, good luck today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
All right. Welcome back to the pregame show for the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Aaron Kruder, with Mr. Grice beside me. Now, we talked a little about Amityville's team. Now let's talk about Port Jeff and their last game and their season so far.
So, Port Jefferson has been a really good team for a really long time. In fact, they've won 4 consecutive Suffolk County championships, and they've actually won last year they won 17 consecutive games after what was also a slow start. They started 1-2 and then went on a 17-game run. Unfortunately for them, their season concluded in the playoffs in the state regional final. But What's difficult for them is they lost 3 key seniors.
Yes, they did. So the key seniors that they lost Amy Whitman and Alexa Iowette, who were top scorers last year in the playoffs. But unfortunately, they graduated, and I think that's a key reason why they're off to a slow start this season. With their current record is 0-3.
Yeah, this is definitely a younger team. It's a team stacked with juniors. They have only 1 senior this year. So for a team that historically has been very good, this is probably their opportunity to kind of rebuild, establish new chemistry, and so far you've seen those growing pains as the Royals are coming in with an 0-3 record. You know, this season so far, they have lost 3 matches, 1 at Rocky Point, common opponent to Amityville. They lost 46-16. Then they had their first home match. They were doubled up by Miller Place. And then their last matchup was against West Islip, at West Islip, in a contest that did not go very well for Port Jefferson.
No, it did not. They lost to West Islip 28-50. It was pretty horrible for them.
Yeah, and you know, I'm sure, and we didn't get a chance to speak with Coach Jason Brittman, who's the head coach of the Royals, but I'm sure he'll say a lot of similar things that Coach Maloney was saying with his team last year as they were kind of getting over the hump, a young team going through those growing pains. But you know, their issue seems to be inconsistency with scoring and probably getting off to slow starts as well. In fact, that game against West Islip, Port Jefferson only had 10 points in the first half. To put that in perspective, they had 12 in the fourth quarter alone, where they actually outscored West Islip 12-5, but I'm sure West Islip probably had their bench players in there at that point. So it'll be interesting to see how their young team stacks up against Amityville's young team. Amityville has had some success in the season so far, but you have to wonder, you know, will Amityville take Port Jefferson a little lightly based on where they are? Because remember, this year the pattern for the Warriors has been win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. They won their last contest. Are they going to come out strong like Coach Maloney said, or are they going to take Port Jeff lightly?
Yeah, with the Port Jefferson team, they also have an 8th grader like the Anvil team does. On Anvil, we have Aaliyah Jones as the 8th grader. She's a guard. And on Port Jeff, they also have an 8th grader, Addison Tuttle. And it's pretty interesting to see how those two will interact in the game and how they will improve their teams.
It should be a fun matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing which team's going to come out on top, but we'll have to look. I say the key for the game for Amityville today, number 1, come out fired up, get off to a good start today, put a little doubt in the heads of Port Jefferson, and if you can do that, I think they'll be in good shape.
All right, that's it for now. Don't go anywhere. I'm your host, Aaron Kruder, with Mr. Grice, and we have the tip-off up next on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
Affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
A year ago, the Amityville girls basketball team finds themselves with a 3-2 record and looking to move 2 games over 500 as they get set to host Port Jefferson. The Royals come in having won 4 straight county crowns, but currently find themselves winless in the 2023-24 campaign. Will the Warriors continue to shock Suffolk County, or will the Royals right the ship and reclaim the throne? Find out now on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is Alana Henry, power forward for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And a good evening and welcome to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium here on the campus of Amityville High School in Amityville, New York. Matt Grice, Aaron Kruder here with you tonight on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. We're just a couple of minutes away from tip-off. It'll be the Amityville Warriors versus the Port Jefferson Royals. Warriors come in with a 3-2 record so far on the season. They are coming off a win in their last contest this past Monday against Center Moriches. Meanwhile, Port Jefferson, they are 0-3 on the year. Their last game was a 50-28 road loss to West Islip. It's holiday time. We're getting ready to go into break here. This should be a lot of fun tonight. A lot of good vibes moving forward with Christmas and the New Year, and everyone gets a week off from school. But it would certainly put a good flavor into the culture here at Amityville if the Warriors could head into the weekend on a 2-game winning streak.
Yes, they will. I have a good feeling about this game. I think our team is going into this very prepared, and we can see on the court right now they're getting ready. They have a lot of chemistry together. They seem like a team.
They do, and that is something that did not develop overnight. That is something that head coach Tom Maloney and assistant coach Mike Abendondolo Sr. have been working very hard at. Last year, many off-season workouts, both before the season and after. Over the summer, he had his girls playing in summer leagues and getting a lot of experience that way. They've been working on conditioning, all sorts of things, the little things that really makes a difference, and you're starting to see that. We talked about in the pregame show how last year, Amityville, although they had some really close wins, a heartbreaking double overtime loss, they weren't able to get one on the winning side of the standings. Well, so far this year, the Warriors, who are in League 5, right now they sit at the top. Now, technically, nobody's played a league game yet. Now, Amityville plays Harborfields, Islip, Kings Park, Miller plays Sayville, and Wyandanch. But in terms of the standings for non-league games, Amityville's sitting in first place right now at 3-2. Meanwhile, in League 7, it's the opposite for Port Jefferson. Right now, they're in the basement.
Yes, they are. Right now, they're only 0-3, which is a huge step down from last year because they won 17 consecutive games, as we mentioned earlier. And it's really interesting to see how they step down from that. And as a team that's been really good so far in their past, it's just hard to see them like this year.
We are just a few moments away from tip-off here in Amityville. Let's go through the starting lineups. We'll start with Port Jefferson Royals. They are coached by Jason Brittman, assistant coach Charlie Rolfe, and their starters today will be junior Anna Matvaya, the 8th grader Addison Tuttle, looking forward to seeing what she brings to the table as an 8th grader, the junior Maitreya Driscoll, junior Rose Melliker, and junior Emma Batter. So a young team. We mentioned there's only one senior on this team, Madeline Matvaya, who's a sister of Anna Matvaya, but she will not be in the starting lineup. For the Warriors, their starters, well, actually, let's take a step back. Head coach Tom Maloney, assistant coach Mike Abendondolo Sr. The team is managed by students Jasmine Reynolds and Kishanti Armstrong. The starters for the Warriors, Alana Henry, Delaney Katz, Mercy Griffin, Natalia Baptiste, and Anaya Hampton. So no anthem today, but we are all set for tip-off. Warriors will be going from left to right across your screen. And again, we thank you so much for spending your Friday night here with us on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Warriors and Royals, we are just about to tip. It's Henry in the circle, and she will be jumping. And it's won by the Warriors. Here's Baptiste driving to the lane from the left side. That layup doesn't go, and the rebound is pulled down by Matvaya. Matvaya has it, left wing, and we get a foul, whistle. And they're going to call that on Natalia Baptiste. So possession belongs to the Royals. Matvaya gets it in. Dribbles, top of the circle. Hands it over to Driscoll. Here's a three-pointer. That's short. Rebound, offensive board, pulled down by the Royals, sending it around the world. Shot with the left hand doesn't go by Meliker, and we get a whistle underneath. And Coach Maloney thinks his team should have it, but in fact, the Stripes reward it to the Royals. Inbound pass, top of the key, it's Tuttle. Tuttle has it, picks up her dribble. Dangerous pass now back to Medvaya. Medvaya has it, loses the handle, out of bounds, and possession will still remain with the Royals. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 7:20 on the game clock. Pass into the paint, up with the shot, no good. Henry gets a piece of it, but another offensive board for the Royals, and this time Medvaya gets the roll. 2-0 Royals, 7:10 to go, opening quarter. Warriors able to break the press, it's Henry. Henry throws it in the paint to Hampton. Hampton up with the shot, doesn't go, and the rebound is pulled down by Meliker, and we get a whistle. Warriors looking for a travel, but the officials call a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Royals. Medvaya will inbound. Warriors putting on a bit of a backcourt press here. Meliker back to Medvaya. Far sideline, double team in the corner, and it's stolen away by Henry. Loose ball on the court, and Driscoll able to get it back after first losing the handle, but we get a whistle, and it'll be possession back to the Royals.
No, Alana Henry actually made the top 100 Newsday basketball players. A great achievement for her and the team.
And she is such an essential piece for the success here. 6:42 to go, opening quarter. 2-0 Royals with the early lead. Cross-court pass. Medvaya, three-pointer, no good off the front of the rim by Driscoll. And we get another whistle. And they're going to call it on, it looks like they're going to call it on Emma Batter. So she gets called with the foul. Warriors will have it. Full court press now. Warriors are going to need some help, not realizing it. Henry has the ball on the inbound. Griffin looking for Henry. Pass off her fingertips. Picked up by Katz. Katz shot won't go. Hampton, the rebound underneath. It's Baptiste now. Baptiste from the right side puts up a 5-footer. That rolls around, no good. Henry with the rebound off the glass and good. And we're all knotted up at 2. 6:12 to go, first quarter.
Alana Henry also recently went to the Section 11 Leadership Conference for the Scholar Athletes.
Medvaya throws up a three-pointer. Short. Henry with the rebound for the Warriors. And Amityville will slow things down.
You can really see the chemistry between this team as they pass the ball to each other almost effortlessly.
Three-pointer by Griffin. That doesn't go. Hampton in the paint doing what she does best, pulls down the offensive glass. Baptiste driving the paint, loses the handle, gets it back, up with the layup, doesn't go, and the rebound is pulled down by the Royals. Fast break now, it's Medvaya the other way. One person to beat, she goes up with the shot. Good defense by Griffin as the shot doesn't go, but another offensive board for the Royals. Medvaya slows things down. Finds Driscoll. Driscoll drives in the paint, loses the ball, and we get a whistle. And the referees will award possession to the Royals as a foul is called on Amityville. 5:22 to go, opening quarter. Low scoring so far, 2-2, but most of this game has been in the offensive zone for the Royals as going up with the shot was Rose Meliker, and she is fouled by Henry. Shot doesn't go, but Meliker will go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair.
So far in this game, we've seen Port Jeff have a lot of control over the ball. I think Amityville needs to have more drive to win this game.
Meliker with 4 points in the last game as the first free throw goes off the back of the rim, no good. Amityville has to do a better job on the glass. They have not been able to get to the rebound so far, Aaron.
No, they have not. They need to get to the ball more. I think they need to increase their ball time.
That time the Warriors pull down the rebound. 2 missed free throws. Hampton, that's what the Warriors need her to do, is be strong on the glass. Here's Griffin. Griffin dribbling from right to left. Three-pointer by Baptiste. That doesn't go. Henry battling for the rebound. She gets it, pulls it out baseline, tries to force a pass. It's tipped away. Now takes a 15-foot jumper, air ball, and it travels to the other side of the court and out of bounds. And Port Jefferson will get possession. We get a substitution here as entering the game will be J.L. Aiken, and Alana Henry takes a breather as she's racked up a couple of fouls. Under 5 to play, opening quarter. Game knotted up at 2. Medvaya has it. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle picks up her dribble, looking for help, finds Medvaya right wing. Loose ball, traveling towards the sideline, but reclaimed by the Royals. Long three-pointer, that doesn't go. Shot attempt by Emma Batter, and Amityville gets the rebound. Griffin double teamed, loses the ball out of bounds, almost takes out our cameraman, Amin Shah, but he's okay. And the Warriors will retain possession. 4:33 to go, first quarter. 2-2. Baptiste in between the circles, gets it down low to Aiken, but loses the handle out of bounds, and the Royals take over.
I think what Coach Maloney said earlier about them having a slow start to most of their games, I think we're seeing that in action right now.
Yes, I agree. Amityville only 2 points halfway through the first quarter, and a long pass for Port Jefferson, and that will go out of bounds, so the Warriors will take over. And we're going to get another substitute here as Baptiste takes a seat, and Aaliyah Jones gets her first action of the day. Aaliyah Jones, an 8th grader for the Amityville Warriors. Bringing the ball up the court, it's Griffin. Griffin to Katz, left side. Cross court over to Jones. Hampton, now Katz. Katz puts up a long 2, air ball, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Jones, and it will be Royals basketball. Jones, an AAU basketball player and a great shooter who, if she can get her game going and her confidence as a young 8th grader, could really serve as another offensive option for the Warriors. Medvaya has it. Over to Melliker. Back to Medvaya, back to Melliker. Top of the key now, it's Driscoll. Dribbles once, off Hampton's foot. On the floor, picks up the ball. And good hustle by Hampton as the Warriors will get possession. Amityville able to call a timeout. A really smart play by Anaya Hampton to make sure the Warriors keep possession.
Yes, something about Anaya Hampton, she also plays flag football in the spring. She is a multi-sport athlete, and she has used her muscle in flag football as well. She's a center, and that muscle also comes out in basketball as well. It's really interesting to see.
And a manager on the tennis team this year also, which I hear they went 7-2.
Yes, the great year for them.
So both teams talking things over, and I think if you're in the huddle, both of these coaches are probably saying the same thing, which is slow down the offense, make some smart passes, and take some open looks. If you're Maloney, get control of the glass.
I agree. It's tied 2-2 right now. They both need to get more enthusiasm and get more points on the board.
So it looks to be the same lineup rolled out on the court for both teams. Warriors will have it. 2-2 game, 3:39 to go, first quarter. Katz has it, right wing. Picks up her dribble, double teamed in the corner, finds Griffin. Griffin drives in the lane, draws the foul, hits the shot. I think they're going to say that the shot was put up before or after the foul, and that is the case. So going to the free throw line for the first time tonight, Mercy Griffin. 2-2 scores, they wave the basket off, but she'll have a chance for a pair. Griffin, somebody who worked really hard in the offseason. As the first free throw doesn't go, the officials actually call it a one-on-one as she was not in the act of shooting. Good defense, but driving in the lane was Driscoll. Coming up from the left side, that doesn't go. Loose ball, bouncing around. Rebound pulled down by Melliker. Melliker to Medvaya. Medvaya dribbles left to right. Guarded by Jones. Gets around a screen and sails past Tuttle out of bounds. Warriors will take over. And now they changed the scoreboard. They did count it. So that's why it wasn't a 1-and-1. I thought that didn't make sense. So the Warriors do get the 2 points. It's 4-2, 3 minutes to go, first quarter. In the paint, it's Katz. Triple teamed, and we get a whistle as Katz tries to spin around and go to the basket. And they are going to call it on Katz. So the Royals will get the ball. Amityville leading 4-2, opening quarter.
Katz is as well a multi-sport athlete. She also plays soccer and flag football, and she's good in both those sports as well.
Driscoll has it right side, shoots from the right block, doesn't go. Offensive board pulled down by Melliker. She lays it up and in. and we are all knotted up at 4. 2:30 to go. Opening quarter. 3-pointer by Jones off the back of the backboard. Rebound is a fight under the basket, and Hampton, who is declared the muscle of the team by Coach Maloney, she fights for the ball and is able to keep possession for the Warriors. It'll be inbound under their own basket by Delaney Katz. Katz looking for help. Finds Griffin. Griffin picks up her dribble, launches a wild shot over 2 defenders. And nice play by Aiken, saving it from going out of bounds, and the Warriors will get to restart their offense. Katz over to Griffin. Griffin for 3. It's short, off the side of the rim. Hampton with the rebound, partially blocked, goes up for another opportunity. Doesn't go, and rebound pulled down by Tuttle.
Hampton is good at recovering that ball. You see she went for that rebound 2 times. Definitely wants Amarillo to have more points on the board.
So we get a foul called on Rose Melliker. Warriors will inbound right in front of us here on press row as Katz inbounds over to Griffin. Griffin has it in between the circles. Far side now, it's Jones. Long 2-pointer by Aiken. That doesn't go. Loose ball in the paint, and they're going to call a foul. I believe that foul is going to be on Hampton, so Port Jefferson will get the ball. 4-4, all tied up here, first quarter. 1:49 to go.
Now in the crowds, we hear the ladies flag football coach, Coach Epps. It's nice to see him out supporting, as some of the basketball girls are also on that team as well. It's very nice to see him here.
Full court pass goes out of bounds, but tipped off a white jersey. So the Rose will inbound into their own basket. And a pass forced to Driscoll. She can't handle it. Good defense by the Warriors. Fast break the other way. It's Griffin. 1-on-2. Lays it up and in, and the Warriors go back up 6-4. Griffin with the bucket. 90 seconds to go, first quarter.
Amazing turnover by Griffin. You see she's a really key player of the team.
Top of the key, it's Driscoll. Driscoll goes right side, right low block, and she answers right back. Maitria Driscoll gets the basket. And we are all tied up at 6, 1:08 to go, first quarter.
You can see these teams play off each other really well, as they scored 2-2, and then it was 4-4, and now it's 6-6. You can see that they're really rebounding off each other.
Griffin dribbling around the world, looking for help. It's Hampton, top of the key, back to Griffin. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ball stolen away by Driscoll. Driscoll guarded by Katz, coming down the near sideline. 1-on-2, finds an open person. It's Tuttle. That shot doesn't go. Warriors pull down the rebound, and with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter, Amityville slows things down. Pass cross court. Little miscommunication as Griffin has it now to Katz. Katz playing catch back to Griffin. Hampton, free throw line. 3-pointer. Jones, no good off the backboard. 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock is off, and the Royals will bring the ball up court. Tuttle finds Batter. Batter up with the shot. That doesn't go, but the follow through by Matt Vaya gives the Royals their first lead since the opening minutes. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Amityville trying to get the last shot, 2 seconds, and Hampton will not be able to get it off as quarter number 1 ends with a score of 8-6. The Royals out in front as one frame is in the books, but don't go anywhere. Plenty of action coming up. Second quarter next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday.
This is Asia Francis, guard for Amityville Warriors, and we're watching Warrior basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Royals get the opening possession here in the second quarter with an 8-6 lead over the Amityville Warriors. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night here with us on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Matt Grice with Aaron Kruder as the Royals have it in the paint, and a foul is called. Nope, they're going to call a travel on the Royals, so the Warriors will get the ball back. Travel is called on Michaela Wynich, seeing her first action of the day. Warriors trailing by 2. Baptiste back in the game. Dribbles, crossover, hands it off. Far side now. Back to Baptiste. Asia Francis in the game now for the Warriors as Henry finds Katz up with the jumper. Good ball movement for the Warriors, and we're all tied up here at 8.
And Katz is also a scholar athlete. She does very good both on and off the court, very involved in extracurriculars.
7 minutes until the half, 8-8 score. Medvaya has it in the corner, near corner. It's Medvaya's sister, the only senior on this team. That's Madeline Medvaya. She's in the game. Fast break for the Warriors now. Aiken almost loses the handle, gets it back under control, and lays it up and in. Warriors back on top, 10-8, 6:40 to go, second quarter. Long three-pointer by Medvaya, Anna Medvaya, the younger. That's off the front of the rim, out of bounds, but hits a white jersey before doing so. So the Royals will keep possession with a fresh shot clock. Amityville up 10-8. Anna Medvaya looking to inbound. Gets it to Wynich. Wynich has it left side. Top of the circle, Madeline Medvaya. And dangerous pass tipped away by Francis. Francis is going to look to take it herself. Pump fakes, puts up the shot, and it's tipped by Madeline Medvaya, and the Royals get it back. But good defense by Henry as she picks the pocket of the Royals on the sideline. She looks to take it herself and gets a hard foul going up with the shot. So Henry will be invited to the charity stripe to shoot a pair.
Henry is definitely the tallest on our on this Amityville team, and I think that we definitely have a height advantage against them as well.
So they're actually going to say, is that pass forced into Henry? She goes up with the shot, no good. They call another foul. They're going to say that Henry was actually not in the act of shooting, but she was looking to pass, which I do agree with. So on that play, she doesn't go to the line. Now she does, as she's fouled on the inbound pass going up with the shot. So Alana Henry will have a chance to slow things down for the Warriors. You had mentioned Aaron before, as the first free throw rims out. Henry is a co-captain, along with Asia Francis. Francis is a senior, where Henry's a junior. But Francis plays a really important role for this team, as she is their top person coming off the bench for the Warriors. As Henry, second free throw is strong off the back of the rim. Good backcourt pressure by the Warriors, but the Royals able to break it. Far corner, now top of the key, sending the ball around the world. And the pass is stripped away by Henry, taken out of the hands of Rose Melliker, and the Warriors will get it back. Amityville up 10-8, 5:57 to go, second quarter.
Now we're up by 2 points. I think that, as Maloney said, we're having a slow start, but they're bouncing back.
Baptiste, bottom of the circle, guarded by Medvaya. In between the legs dribble, find Katz. Katz puts up a long two, off the backboard and banks it in. Warriors with their biggest lead of the game, 12-8, 5:40 to go. And the inbound pass intercepted by Francis. Katz puts up the 10-footer. That doesn't go. And now the Royals come out with it. Trying to slow things down. Tenacious defense by the Warriors, driving in the paint, stripped away, but they're going to call a foul on Amityville, and the Royals will shoot a pair.
Interesting thing about player Delaney Katz, that before last year she had never played basketball before, but for the past 2 years she's been improving, and she is a very valuable member of this team, and it's really showing.
Katz with 4 points today, so she has a third of the Amityville points. Is the first free throw by Michaela Wynich does not go. Wynich only a freshman, but getting some key minutes here. Coach Brittman looking to her to be a leader on this team in the future, as Wynich hits the second free throw. And that breaks a 6 Amityville run. So it's 12-9, Warriors out in front, 5:25 to go until halftime. Baptiste in between the circles, spins around, gets Henry. Henry, left wing Trey, and drills it. 15-9, Warriors on top, 5:08 to go, first half. Tuttle from Advaya. Good defense by Baptiste. Baptiste with the steal. 1-on-2, up with the shot, doesn't go. Henry's there to follow up, trying to pull down the board. It's loose. Katz with the rebound, chucks up a wild 15-footer. That doesn't go from the far baseline. And the Royals get control, bringing the ball up the court. Driscoll back in the game. Long shot, no good by Tuttle. Loose ball underneath, and we get a whistle. And Warriors will get the basketball as Aiken hits the deck hard, but the effort pays off as it's Amityville ball.
You hear a lot of enthusiasm from the crowd, which I think is a very important factor into the enthusiasm of the players as well.
Katz is going to take a breather as Aiken comes back into the game for Amityville. Warriors up 15-9, 4:28 to go in the second quarter. Baptiste has it, gives it over to Jones, far side. Ball trickles out of bounds, but it's knocked out of the hands by a purple and black jersey. So the Warriors will get to inbound, and it will be Jones to Henry. Henry, low left block, looking for help. Finds Aiken, that shot goes, and the Warriors opening up the scoring here in quarter two. It's 17-9, 4:11 to go until half. Tuttle has it, top of the key now, it's Driscoll. Back to the left side, putting up a shot is Tuttle. Looked like an underhanded scoop, and they're gonna call a travel. And that's another turnover, a bunch of turnovers here in the second quarter for the Royals. The Warriors they seem to be getting control of the tempo of this game.
Yeah, it's a change from the beginning. They didn't have a lot of points on the board, a lot of glass, but now they do.
Francis trapped in the low near baseline and loses the ball, so the Royals with the theft. Medvaya has it, tipped away, and stolen by Amityville. Great defense by Aaliyah Jones. Here comes Baptiste, top of the key, in the paint, looks for help, finds Henry, right wing, back to Francis, low baseline, in the paint, Baptiste throws up a shot, doesn't go, rebound pulled down by Tuttle. Tuttle making the most of her 5-foot frame. Here come the Royals, Medvaya in the paint, and the shot is put down by Emma Batter. 17-11, 3:07 to go until the half. That ends a 5-0 run for the Warriors. So Amityville has a 6-0 and a 5-0 run here in the second quarter, and that has been the difference as Henry spins, finds Baptiste right wing, plays catch with Henry. Henry, wide open Trey, bounces around, doesn't go, rebound pulled down in the paint by Jones and draws the foul. Great effort by Aaliyah Jones to battle amongst the trees down there and pull down the offensive board.
Yes, Jones is a very hardworking player. As you know, she is an 8th grader, so she has to show that she has a lot of drive for the game to see that she deserves the spot on the varsity team.
Addison Tuttle will take a breather as Julia Gomes comes into the game for the first time today. And the first free throw. Second free throw, that doesn't go. And another loose ball, and Alana Henry trying to battle for it, and we're gonna get a jump ball, it looks like. And possession arrow does favor the Warriors, so they should keep the ball.
As the game goes on, we see a lot more drive from the Warriors as they work more harder to gain control of the game.
So Henry misses both free throws, but Amityville gets another shot. Or I shouldn't say Henry misses both free throws. Henry pulls down the rebound after the 2 missed free throws. Three-pointer doesn't go, well off the mark for Jones. And the Royals pull down the rebound. It's Driscoll. Picks up her dribble, bottom of the circle. Medvaya over to Batter, right wing, back to Medvaya, top of the key, dribbles in. Driscoll, long three, too strong. And Aiken pulls down the offensive board. Griffin to Baptiste. Top of the key. Far side, it's Jones. Open three-pointer, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Griffin. That shot doesn't go. Well off the mark. Trying to save it. Good effort was Aiken, but the Royals have the ball. Amityville was getting beat up on the offensive glass in quarter one, and they are dominating on the boards in quarter number 2. Medvaya has it. Dribbles from right to left. Cormier puts up the shot, and that goes. So fresh off the bench there, and the Royals have an answer. It's 18-13, 90 seconds to go until the half.
There have been quite a lot of turnovers in this game. I think these teams are a very good match for each other.
And we get a whistle, and it looks like a timeout for Coach Maloney and his Warriors. He wants to talk things over. 1:19 to go in the first half. Warriors up 18-13. What a difference between the first quarter, Aaron, and the second, especially offensively.
Yes, you're very right.
So the first quarter was 2-2 for a long time. It was actually the Royals who got off to a fast start, 2-0. Amityville answered right back, and then it went quiet for both teams. Offensively went very, very quiet. But then the Warriors were able to go on a 4-0 run. It was answered back by Port Jefferson. Amityville finished the quarter with a basket taking the lead. And then a 4-0 run for Port Jefferson for them, and they actually take an 8-6 lead at the end of quarter number 1. And Coach Maloney talked about what his team could look like if they played 4 strong quarters. Well, this is the 6th game in a row where Amityville does not get off to a fast start. But in the second quarter, it has been a different story, especially offensively for Amityville. They've gone on 2 big runs en route to a 18-13 lead.
Yes, I agree. I think that in the last quarter, I think after the first quarter where they had that talk with Maloney, I think he definitely motivated them. He definitely said something that just motivated them to do better, to get on the board, to win.
Henry, Baptiste, Griffin, Aiken, and Jones will be on the court for the Warriors for the final minute, 19 seconds in quarter number 2. Dangerous pass to Henry. She fights her, pulls it down, left low block. Aiken has it, puts up a shot, corner of the charity stripe, doesn't go. Royals have it back. Thinking about slowing things down is Medvaya. Medvaya now has it, bottom of the circle. Pass mishandled by Gomes, but the Royals able to get it back. Gomes tries to force up a shot. Henry swats it away, and the Warriors have it. Under a minute to play in the opening half as Baptiste has it, bottom of the circle. Tries to split a double team, does so, gets tripped up as she tries to get to the basket. And it looks like Emma Batta was looking for an offensive foul, looking for a charge. She hit the floor hard, but instead, the Warriors able to draw the foul. Good effort by Natalia Baptiste, who, we said it before, she's a freshman, and she right now is playing like a veteran.
She is. I think she is one of the most hardworking athletes on this team. She really shows it on this court, especially last year when she played as an 8th grader. It definitely shows how much love and drive that she has for this sport and what she puts into this team.
So Baptiste, her effort to get to the basket pays off as she hits the first free throw. Second coming up. And she knocks down a pair. Warriors 20, Royals 13. 48 seconds to go in the opening half. Batter can't handle the pass, is trapped in the far corner on the baseline, steps out of bounds. Coach Maloney loves it, and the Warriors get the ball back. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 41 on the game clock as Baptiste takes her time bringing it up the court. Warriors set up their offense. It's Griffin, hands it off, back to Baptiste. Baptiste right side, and ball is tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touch off of Baptiste. Royals inbound. Shot clock is turned off. 26.1 seconds until the half. Warriors with a 7-point lead. Medvaya has it. Left wing. Loses the handle. Now it's Driscoll. Driscoll puts up the shot underneath and hits it with 7 seconds left. It's actually Batter with the score. And Warriors trying to put up a shot at the buzzer. It's Henry off the top of the backboard. No good. And that is how things will end here in the first half. First quarter was a little slow. The second quarter filled with action and filled with offense from both teams. But at the end of one half of play, here from Amityville Memorial High School, the Warriors find themselves on top 20-15, but don't go anywhere. The halftime show is coming up next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living. During my road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first.
For the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
All right, welcome to the halftime show. I'm your host, Aaron Kruder, with Mr. Grice. We are on the Amityville Broadcasting Network as we are in halftime of the Warriors versus the Port Jefferson Royals. And this has been a very interesting game so far. Right now, Amityville is up 20-15, but they got off to a slow start.
They did, and that has been the MO of their season. And I think as they start to play some of the better teams, especially when they get into league play, that's going to hurt them. So I'm sure that that's something that Coach Maloney is discussing right now with the girls about, hey, we need to get a faster start. But boy, did they answer the call in the second quarter. I mean, this team really came out strong offensively, and you're seeing what they can do when they play an up-tempo game. This team is clearly better when they're playing fast. When they're playing slow and they're thinking too much, that's when they're making mistakes. They're turning the ball over, probably trying to force too many passes or force bad shots. But when they're passing quickly and their plays are drawn up and their teammates are where they're supposed to be, you can see what this team is capable of doing offensively.
Yes, I think after the first quarter, in between the quarters, after Maloney gave them a talking to, they really turned it around, and I think that's a real part of the team, not just chemistry between the players, but also with the coach as well. Last year, Maloney, it was his first year coaching, and as you know, they went on with no wins that season, but this season so far, they've done great, and I think it is because of Maloney and the things that he has done for this team.
You know, success brings expectations, and last year, if the Warriors had a lead at halftime, the hope was they could hold on to it and get the win. I don't know if that was the expectation, but again, winning breeds expectations. And right now, I think with Port Jefferson in a rebuilding stage of their program, and the Warriors, they're kind of at the beginning of what they hope to be a couple-of-year run here. There are expectations now. They have a 5-point lead. This is going to be something, and I'm sure Maloney's talking about it with them in the locker room, that let's go out, let's not only hold this lead, let's be aggressive and keep building on it. Don't let this team back in the game, because I'm sure this is a game they all feel right now that they should win. But at the same time, the Royals are a young team, and sometimes when you're a young team, you don't realize when things aren't going so well because you're a little naive. You don't have that experience, and that could actually be an advantage for the Royals as they come out here looking to get started in the second half. But the first quarter wasn't the shootout that the second quarter turned into. But Aaron, why don't you tell us what happened in that first half offensively between these two teams?
So in the first half, Amityville only went on a 4-point run, and Port Jeff ended the quarter with an 8-6 lead over the Amityville Warriors. But Amityville turned that around in the second quarter. Now we are up 20-15, and we can see how each player contributes to the game. I think Baptiste and Henry are some key players on that team, and they definitely contributed to the leading score that we have now.
Yeah, if you actually look around at the scoring on this team, it's pretty balanced. You got to see Mercy Griffin get in the action. She had 4 points early on. Delaney Katz played a big role. She had 4 points in the first half for this team. And you always know that Alana Henry is going to be there for them when they need her. She got Amityville on the board first when their offense was stalling early on, and I think that leadership and that ability creates a calming presence for the rest of her teammates. So Henry gets things started off, and then the rest of the team contributes. Aiken, who is just a sophomore, she came in and got some points, the ball is really spread around. But Natalia Baptiste, she really impressed me. She's confident with the basketball. She's playing the one guard. She's a starter. She's a freshman. I'm really impressed with her conditioning, too. Her conditioning is so much better last year. And the last 2 points that she had, actually the only 2 points she had in the first half, but she earned them. She drove to the basket. She split 2 defenders. She was slippery like an oyster and was able to get to the free throw line and got the job done. She hit both of the shots. So the turnovers, you got to improve on. The slow start, not great. The rebounds in the first quarter, Amityville was getting destroyed on the offensive glass, or I should say, for the Royals, it was their offense. The Amityvilles couldn't get the defensive rebound, and then just everything changed in quarter number 2. I'm not sure if it was a pep talk or if it's just the confidence, but sometimes with a young team, it just takes a little bit of time to get the blood flowing, get the butterflies out, and get into the flow of a game. And I think we're starting to see what the Warriors are capable of when their team settles down.
I think that Alana Henry she is the captain, a co-captain with Asia Francis. And Alana Henry, she takes her role as captain very seriously. She, on the court, she's a leader. You can see her communicating with her team very well. You can see her scoring, getting her team on the boards, encouraging them as well. And I see Natalia Baptiste, although she is young, very young, I see her taking on that role in the future with her playing right now. I believe that she has the potential to be that and more.
I've also been very impressed because the Royals, they have some big people in the paint. And I said it before, the first quarter, the Amityville really had no answers when it came to rebounds. And then you saw what Anaya Hampton means to this team. She's not going to put up 20 points a game, but her size and her strength makes a big difference in terms of possessions for this team on the rebounds.
Yeah, I agree with that. I see, as she was taken off the court, I saw a lot less of possession for Amityville. I saw her when she was on the court. She was under that basket every time, trying to get the rebound, trying to get the ball back for her team. And it shows really a lot of enthusiasm for the sport that she has been playing for a long time, and it really shows.
And she's only a sophomore as well. She has been playing a long time. It certainly feels like she should be a junior or senior at this point, but this is a young team, 2 really young teams here. And, I would say that at this point, if Amityville can come out in the third quarter with the same energy that they had when they came out in the second quarter, they could start to put some distance between them and the Royals. But for anyone that watches the sport of basketball, everyone knows that this is a game of runs. And the Warriors had a 4-0 run, a 6-0 run, a 5-0 run, whereas the Royals only had one 4-0 run in the first half. If Amityville can come out and put a run together to start the third quarter and put a little more distance between them and Port Jefferson, you have to wonder how a young team is going to respond to that sort of adversity. I would look to Amityville to get off to a fast start in the third quarter. If they don't, they give the Royals an opportunity to come back.
Yes, I do agree with that. I think that our team, the Amityville Warriors, they need a lot of motivation. As you see, they had a very slow start to the game, but they got up after talks with Maloney and talks with each other as well. They needed that encouragement to be able to get points on the board and to get their scoreboard up, and now they need to finish that in the second half and secure that win. So this is the end of our halftime show. I'm your host, Erin Kruder, with Mr. Grice, and we are on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s,
affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping.
This is Anaya Hampton, center for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium, the Claude Beyer Court on the campus of Amityville Memorial High School. It's Friday night basketball here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Matt Grice, Aaron Kruder, and our entire team behind us bringing you all the action on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. It's the Warriors hosting the Port Jefferson Royals. Amityville looking to get their first winning streak in a very long time. They are 3-2 on the year, coming off a 51-48 hard-fought win against Center Riches on Monday. And right now, Amityville finds themselves up 20-15 as we get set to start the second half of action. It will be Port Jefferson starting with the ball. Driscoll inbounds right in front of us, and she gets it to Medvaya, who did a very nice job in the first half for the Royals. She is the one guard. Back to Driscoll. Driscoll trying to dribble in the paint, runs into a group of trees, and the ball is snatched away by Baptiste. Baptiste from the left side, low block, goes up with the shot, taken out, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Baptiste, and the Royals will get the ball. Batter was upset in the second quarter not getting the call on a charge. This time she gets it. Looks like Warriors might be calling for a press here. Coach Maloney setting up a play, giving instructions. Henry's in the backcourt as it's Henry, Baptiste, Griffin, Katz, and Hampton on the court for the Warriors. We get a whistle, and it'll be a turnover. So Amityville will get the ball back. Driscoll, Batter, Medvaya, and Medvaya on the court for the Royals, along with Tuttle. And Wonderland getting her first action of the afternoon. Amityville down low, Henry, fadeaway jumper, and she drills it. Warriors with the first points of the second half. They lead 22-15, 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Dangerous pass. Driscoll able to snatch it down underneath. Shot doesn't go by Batter. Loose ball. Shot put up by Tuttle. That doesn't go. And ball goes out of bounds. But possession will remain with the Royals. That is something we saw in the first quarter. Multiple opportunities offensively for the Royals. And as a result, the Royals get second, third, fourth chances, and that's what happens here. And it ends up leading to fouls and something Amityville doesn't want to do. Alana Henry had to come out of this game early because of that. She's back in here now. Down low, Wonderland has it. Tries to get a pass to Medvaya. Tipped away. Medvaya able to get it. Top of the key. Good ball movement. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Down low pass tipped by Henry, and Henry will bring it up for the Warriors. 22-15, 6:35 to go in the third quarter. Henry almost gets a travel, misses the shot on the floater, and Tuttle hits the deck hard, pulling that ball down. But it'll be the Royals who get possession. 22-15, Amityville out in front as Hampton takes a seat for Amityville, and coming in will be J.L. Aiken. Tuttle with the ball, guarded by Griffin, near sideline, and we get a whistle and a travel call on Addison Tuttle, so it'll be a turnover on the Royals, and Warriors will inbound right in front of us here on press row. Griffin to Baptiste, no pressure in the backcourt as Baptiste crosses the timeline. Right wing picks up her dribble, cross-court pass now to Griffin. Griffin with the tray, that doesn't go. Ball underneath to Henry on the rebound, that doesn't go. And Aiken tries to fight for it. She has it knocked out of her hands. Last touch off the purple and black. So Warriors will get another shot as Katz gets set to inbound. From under the basket, Henry up with the shot. It's strong. Rebound, Aiken, left low block, loses the handle. Henry gets it back and puts in the easy layup. Warriors on top, 24-15, 6:05 to go third quarter. And Henry on fire with the steal, driving in the paint. Layup doesn't go, but Baptiste with the rebound unselfishly finds Griffin on the other side, and Griffin from the left side puts in the deuce. 26-15, Warriors on top. 5:45 to go, third quarter. Amityville has started the second half on a 6-0 run to open up their biggest lead of the contest. They are up by 11 points, and Coach Brittman wants to talk it over. So both teams retreat to their respective benches, and I am sure that Amityville is feeling pretty good right now. Alana Henry, a huge effort there, not only on the offensive glass, but defensively as well, causing turnover after turnover, putting a lot of pressure on the Royals, and I think that was a really smart timeout taken by head coach Brittman for the Royals, just to settle down his young players. Clearly they are capable of playing with Amityville, but this is what we talked about, Aaron, in the halftime show. If the Warriors could come out strong in the second half and put some distance between themselves and Port Jefferson, I'm wondering how a young team responds to that. Are they able to recover? So Brittman took his timeout, spoke to his team, and we'll see how they respond right now. But I think there's a chance for Amityville to continue to put some distance between them and the Royals. Medvaya will inbound right in front of her own bench. Plays catch with Driscoll. Medvaya in between the circles, gets it to Wonderland. Wonderland over to the Tuttle. Double team, thinking about the shot instead. Bounce pass down low to Wonderland. And three white jerseys quickly surround Wonderland, but the officials will blow it dead and call a foul. And it looks like they will send Alexa Wonderland to the free throw line for repair. Wonderland saw no time in the first quarter. She's been out here in the first half, I should say. She saw no playing time, but Alexa Wonderland has been out here for most of the third quarter thus far, and she has an opportunity to get on the board as she just misses the first of two free throws, but she will get another opportunity. Royals have yet to score here in the third quarter. Wonderland puts up the shot, would have had a lane violation, but she's able to hit. So that ends the 6-0 Warriors run, as Wonderland hits one of two from the free throw line. Henry in the paint, right side, up with the floater, and it's in. So Amityville does what they need to. They answer right back. Alana Henry with the deuce. And now the Royals pushing the tempo down low, and it's Batter with the easy lay-in from the right side. 28-18, Warriors up by 10, 5:02 to go. Baptiste cross court to Henry, left side, takes a step right, puts up the two, off, and we get a battle and a jump ball, and possession arrow is in favor of the Warriors. So Delaney Katz will inbound under her own basket, trying to get it to Henry, does so, shot rims around and falls out, rebound pulled down by Aiken, and we get another whistle, and the officials call a foul, and the Warriors will once again get to set up their offense as Delaney moves from the right side to the left, tries to get a pass into Aiken. It's tipped away and out of bounds, but the Warriors keep possession. Amityville up by 10, 4:45 to go in the third. Henry in the paint, gets it to Aiken. Aiken right side and lays it in. 30-18, Warriors in front, 4:36 to go, third quarter. Top of the key, Tuttle. Tuttle dribbles right side, guarded by Griffin. Now Medvaya has it stolen away by Henry. She takes one look over her shoulder, takes it herself to the hoop, and lays it in, 32-18, approaching the 4-minute mark here of the third quarter. And we get a whistle as the Royals trying to break it quick up the court. And they're going to call a foul. Looks like a push on Natalia Baptiste. And Baptiste will take a seat. And Asia Francis comes into the game. Also coming into the game for the Royals Michaela Weinich. And going to the free throw line, as they are now in the bonus, will be Anna Medvaya.
Now, as I just mentioned, there have been a lot of fouls and free throws in this game so far, and I think that just shows how much drive that both these teams have and how much they both want to win this game, as Port Jeff is only 0-3 right now, so they really need this win to start their streak going.
Medvaya hits the first free throw. Her sister, Madeline Medvaya, has just entered the game. Second free throw, also good. So Anna Medvaya hits a pair, and it's now 32-20. Warriors up by 12, halfway through the third quarter. Three-pointer by Francis. It's short, off the side of the rim. Henry with the rebound, dribbles into the paint, goes up with the shot, rims out, and the rebound is pulled down by Batter. Medvaya crosses the timeline, guarded by Henry. Double team, Katz there as well. Gets the pass over to her sister. Back to Anna Medvaya. Now a long three put up by Driscoll. Strong gets her own rebound as it kicks back out to her. Three-pointer from the left wing. That's short. And Katz pulls down the rebound. Francis, full court pass. Henry has trouble handling it. Tries to keep it in bounds and throws it off the leg of Batter. Great play by Henry, and the Warriors will keep possession.
Henry is a very smart player. She's very calculated, and that really shows how much she deserves the title of co-captain of the team.
Henry, right low block, shot doesn't go. Good effort underneath as the rebound is pulled down by Michaela Weinich. And the Royals bench likes the call, or likes the effort, I should say. Good job by Weinich off the bench. Not very tall, but went in the paint, was aggressive, and pulled down a rebound, drew the call. Medvaya in the paint to Batter. Doesn't go. Hitting the deck was Aiken, and they're going to say possession remains with the black and purple. So it'll be the younger Medvaya inbounding underneath their own basket. We get a couple of subs here, which we'll give you in a moment. Inbound pass to her sister, tipped away by Francis. And here come the Warriors. Warriors up by 12. Aiken has it left side up with the shot. No good, but she draws the foul. So Aiken will go to the charity stripe for a pair. Aiken last year was a freshman on the JV team, and she was a captain for the JV team. She can do it all. Last game for the Warriors against Center Moriches, she pulled down 9 rebounds, so she's certainly a force in the paint as she is able to convert on the first of 2 free throws. You can hear the crowd behind us. Good crowd here as we get set to enter the holiday break. Here to root on the Amityville Warriors.
It's always great to see family and friends supporting the members of the teams here.
Second free throw doesn't go, but Warriors in front by 13. Just under 3 to play. Henry trying to get another pickpocket on Driscoll. Driscoll able to escape, but they're going to call a travel. It's a turnover for the Royals. Possession Amityville, and that's what happens when you put pressure on a team trying to get the ball into their front court.
I think the Warriors, they respond very well under pressure. They have a plan and they stick to it.
Francis to Henry, a little floater pass. Henry tripped up, hits the ground hard. She's fine though, as Francis pulls her to her feet. And they will call a foul, but Warriors not in the bonus yet. So it'll be Katz inbounding under her own basket. She's had many opportunities today to do this.
The Warriors have certainly been taking a lot of hits. I've seen a lot of them fall to the ground, but they get back up just as quickly with the help of their other teammates.
Substitute is Emma Batter comes back into this game, and taking a seat is Cormier. Cormier seeing some brief action as the Warriors get it in. It's Francis dribbling from the right side to the left. Katz puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Aiken to Henry. Henry, Katz, long 2, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Aiken, loses the handle, and we get another travel, another turnover on the Royals, who have been unable to break out of their own end in the last few minutes here. 2:24 to go, third quarter. Warriors with a 33-20 lead, and it'll be Francis inbounding on the near sideline. She gets it back, thinks about a three. Bounce pass now to Aiken, who puts up the 10-footer and gets fouled on the play. Shot doesn't go, but Aiken will have another opportunity to go to the free throw line for a pair.
We see in this game, both teams, they both have a want for the ball. They're both very controlling over the ball. There've been a lot of turnovers, so you can see that both teams are driven to get to that ball and get their own team points on the board.
Aiken on the day has 5 points already. She converts on the first free throw, so that is her 6th point of the day. 34-20, Warriors the biggest lead of the game. Second free throw, just short, but Henry with another offensive rebound. Her follow through will not go. The Royals trying to get it back, and it's out of bounds. They can't handle the pass. Amityville will get another opportunity. Something Coach Maloney mentioned, I think it's worth talking about. When J.L. Aiken plays well, he says the team wins, and she is playing great tonight, as this time Henry is able to answer the bell and get the two. 36-20. Warriors out in front, under 2 to play in the third.
I think what's great about this team is that they're all so close that if one player is having a bad day, if one of them is not doing as well, the other players, they kind of follow that energy, and that's not the best, but then they try to bring each other up, and that's what gives them the lead in the second, third, fourth quarters that allows them to win.
Ariana Kivas gets her first action of the day as Henry has it for the Warriors. Kivas puts up a 10-footer left baseline, and she drills it. Ice cold or not, fresh off the bench, no problem for Kivas. And the Warriors continue to build on their lead. It's 38-20 with 100 seconds to go in the third quarter. Shot doesn't go the other end. It seems like the Royals are just rushing and coming up empty. Losing the handle but getting it back was Griffin in the paint to Henry, spins around, and now Henry is feeling it. Warriors up by 20, 1:15 to go in the third quarter. In between the circles, it's Medvaya. Over to her sister, right wing. To the left side now, it's Driscoll. In the paint, long 10-footer from the right side. That doesn't go by Medvaya. The other Medvaya, Anna puts up a long three, too strong, and the rebound snatched out of the air by Aiken. Henry, floater, full court, losing the handle though out of bounds was Aaliyah Jones. So it's a turnover for the Warriors, but right now Amityville doubling up Port Jefferson, and Coach Maloney has to be very happy with their effort to this point. 37 seconds to go, third quarter.
We're hearing a lot of yelling, a lot of cheering from the crowd, a lot of, I'm assuming, parents and friends cheering on their relatives.
Medvaya dribbles around, puts up a shot from the upper right block, and she's able to stop some of the bleeding as she knocks down the two. It's 40-22, shot clock turned off. Warriors will look for the last shot, 15 seconds to go. Henry instead puts it up, doesn't go, loose ball, 10 seconds left. Royals have it. Medvaya pass over her head and tries to save it as it goes towards the out of bounds, and they are going to say she couldn't do so. So the Warriors will have it with 4.8 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. They currently lead by 18 points. It'll be Aaliyah Jones inbounding right in front of us here. She finds Griffin, 4 seconds. Griffin trying to get the last shot off from half court. No good, out of bounds, and the buzzer officially ends the third quarter of action here from Amityville Memorial High School. But after 3, Warriors looking strong. They lead by 18. It's 40-22. The final frame coming up right after this on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is Ariana Cuevas, point guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you're
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
This is Ariana Cuevas, point guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
3 quarters in the books, 1 to go. Warriors on top 40-22. 8 minutes left on the clock as they take on the Port Jefferson Royals. Matt Grice, Aaron Kruger with you here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. And for the 4th quarter, I turn over the play-by-play duties to Aaron. So Aaron, take it away.
And number 24, Driscoll shoots, she misses. Now Katz has it, it's passed to Hampton, to Baptiste, dribbling down the court. Passes to Cuevas, shoots, and hits the three-pointer.
They end up waving that off. They said that she traveled beforehand, but man, Cuevas has been great off the bench so far.
Now Matt Vea has the ball. Passes it, has it back. Now to Batter. Passes it back to Matt Vea, who shoots and hits the three-pointer. Baptiste has the ball. Spin. Being hit hard by defense. Pass it to Katz, to Hampton. Cuevas has the ball. Pass it to Henry, who loses it and recovered by Gomes on the other team. It is Port Jeff's ball. There is 7 minutes on the clock and was leading 40-25. Driscoll has the ball now to Matt Vea. Pass it back to Driscoll. Back to Matt Vea, who shoots it and misses. Out of bounds. Amityville has the ball to Katz.
So now the Royals putting on the full court press as they know they are limited in time to try to come back in this one.
Cuevas loses the ball.
Amityville just has to be smart in the 4th quarter. You don't want to play scared and play back. I think you have to continue to push the offensive tempo as they've done so well here today. But if they can hold on to possession, it's going to be very hard for the Royals to come back in this one.
Hampton saves it from going out of bounds onto Cuevas. Henry, pass it to Katz, who shoots it and bounces off the rim. Henry took a fall there, but the play is still going.
So it looks like it will be Amityville basketball. They will get to keep it. And again, the longer that the Warriors can hold on to the ball, I mean, if you can get quick opportunities for points, go for it. Otherwise, you milk the clock and get out of here with the win.
Hampton shoots the ball, hits off the board, shoots it again and misses.
Yeah, Hampton took quite a hit there. You could hear the slap from where we were sitting. Hampton not known for her scoring, but it's a big body down there, and she gives the Warriors opportunities for second and third chances. That time she took it herself. She gets a chance to put some points on the board here from the charity stripe.
She misses her first free throw shot. She gets a second one.
No points for Hampton yet tonight, trying to join the scoring party.
Overshoots it.
And that's okay. That's, you know, everybody has a role on this team. She is not expected to lead the offense. She's expected to make sure she controls the glass, and that's what she's been doing. She's been doing a great job of that tonight.
Yes, she has. Now, Matt Vea has the ball, passes it to Malicker. Has it back to Matt Vea. Back to Malicker. To Driscoll. Malicker. Matt Vea shoots it and misses. Recovered by Henry. She goes down court.
Smart job by Henry slowing things down. Again, no reason to push the tempo there and force a turnover.
Loses the ball for a moment and gets it back. And hard by defense. Passes it, and it's back to Batter on Port Jeff. Passes it to Matvea. Then to Driscoll. Back to Matvea, who shoots it and scores that three-pointer. Matvea is definitely a power scorer for Port Jeff, and now there's 5 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. Amityville leading 40-28. Baptiste scores two-pointer, and it's now 42-28. Matvea has the ball.
So that ends an 8-0 run for the Royals. Important points for the Warriors.
Port Jeff overshoots it. There's a fight for the ball. Port Jeff.
So they call a jump ball on that. That time the possession arrow favors Port Jefferson, but a good effort by everybody involved. Really, Cuevas was all over the floor on that one. And I think that's important to see. It doesn't matter if you're winning by a lot, losing by a lot. If the effort is there throughout, that's how good teams get better.
And now Matvea has the ball. She shoots it, hits it around the rim and into the basket. Katz has the ball to Baptiste. And he dribbles down the court to Cuevas, who takes her shot. Henry has it. He shoots and misses. And Port Jeff has the ball. So
obviously the Royals trying to make up ground are chucking up threes, and they're doing it very successfully here. 2 of them from Medvaya and 1 from Tuttle, so the guards really getting involved. But Amityville marching right back down to the other end, and Henry can't get the basket, but here she is once again at the free throw line. So a chance to get some free points for the Warriors with the clock stopped as the first free throw doesn't go. But so far the fourth quarter, you have to give some credit to the Royals here. They are not going away. The Amityville Warriors were up by 20 points a short time ago, and now that lead is down to 11.
Cormia has the ball, pass it to Matvea, who dribbles down the court. Henry is on her. Loses the ball for a moment, passes it to Driscoll. Ooh. Pass it out of bounds, off of Henry.
I really like the ball movement that we're seeing from the Royals here in the fourth quarter. I think in the third quarter, what we saw a lot of as we get a couple of substitutions here, in the third quarter, they were rushing. They were trying to chuck the pass down the court, trying to force the tempo faster than where they should have been. And now it's just quick passes, bang, 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 looking for the open looks. And that's why they've been able to get those three-pointers.
Cormia shoots and misses, but Matvea has the ball, shoots, goes off the rim. Henry recovers it. Passes it to Asia, recovered by Matvea. Now Hampton fights for the ball.
Muscle, that's what Coach Maloney said. She's the muscle. She's about a foot taller than her opponent on that play, but again, give credit to the Royals there. They're fighting for it, but good effort by Amityville as they keep possession.
Griffin has the ball, pass it to Katz, who shoots, hits it off the board.
So they actually call a foul on that. So even though Katz doesn't get the basket, she gets to go to the free throw line for some more points. And I think you're going to see more of this as time winds down. The only chance that the Royals have in this game is to try to force Amityville to score without the clock ticking. If Amityville hits their free throws, they can put this one away. So this is a really important play here, as are all the subsequent free throws moving forward for the Warriors.
I think we're seeing a lot more free throws as the game goes on, as the time doubles down and it gets real. And Delaney misses her first free throw. She shoots her second throw and it bounces off the rim. Tuttle has it, passes it to Driscoll, who shoots it in. A layup, hits it in.
Great vision by Tuttle as she basically, like a quarterback, chucks the ball down the court, completes the pass to Driscoll, and that was not a good play by the Warriors because not only did they allow the Driscoll to make the basket, but now she gets a chance for a three-point play and able to capitalize.
She hits her first free throw. Henry has the ball, passes it to Francis. Huddle gets to her, gets the ball out of bounds. Ball goes to Henry.
Coach Maloney telling his players to pick it up.
Henry passes it far to Katz, who was roughed by Cormier.
Yeah, Cormier definitely made some strong contact there. It looked like she was being aggressive to try to get to try to force a turnover, but now the Warriors are in the bonus, so that will send Katz to the free throw line.
Yet again to the free throw line.
But these free throws, again, they're so important. You don't want to allow the Royals to crawl back into this game. They've cut it down to 8 points, the lead. And Amityville's giving points away as Katz misses her third free throw in a row.
She shoots, and she hits off the rim as Driscoll recovers it, gets it down the court as the whistle is blown.
Warriors are going to press. I think that's a good move by Coach Maloney. Why make it easy for them, especially since the momentum is all in Port Jefferson's hands.
Tuttle has the ball, denied by Love, as it almost goes into our little broadcasting station, but Matvea starts with the ball, passes it to Driscoll, back to Matvea, to Tuttle, recovered by Francis. Goes down the court, passes it to Griffin as she scores. The score is now 44-34. Amityville is in the lead with 3 minutes on the clock.
That was an important basket to go back up by double figures for the Warriors.
And Tuttle has the ball, passes it to Driscoll, back to Matvea. So to Tuttle, and Tuttle shoots, denied by Francis. Katz has the ball, passes it to Francis.
Amityville takes a timeout, and what great defense by Francis, not giving up on the play. It looked like it was going to be an open look, and Francis sneaks up from behind and swats the ball out there, and it leads to a turnover, Warriors basketball. And 2:40 to go. It's going to be hard to make up 10 points. It's still enough time, but with possession in Amityville's favor, I think you just slow the game down, move the ball around, look for an open look, quick passes, stick to your game. When the Warriors have played their game tonight, they've been very good, but in the fourth quarter, I have to give credit to the Royals in the sense that they could have rolled over on this game. It was starting to get out of hand as the Warriors went up by 20. And instead of doing it, their guards really stepped up. There have been 3 3-pointers and a 3-point play here in the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter alone, 12 points have been put up by the Royals, and the Warriors have only scored 4. That's what's keeping them in the game at this point.
I've seen an attitude change in the Royals as they move up on the scoreboard to try to keep up with the Warriors. Francis starts with the ball. Passes it to Henry. Goes down the court. Long throw to Aiken. Goes out of bounds, unfortunately.
Amityville missed an opportunity there. It was 2-on-1 in their offensive end of the court, and Henry may have thrown it to the wrong person.
Matvea has the ball, passes it to Driscoll. Goes down the court, pass it back to Matvea. Long throw to Wonderland. Goes out of bounds. Francis passes it to Griffin. So goes down the court, passes to Aiken, who fumbles it. It's go out of bounds.
So 2 turnovers in a row on plays where the Warriors had the advantage in the numbers on the fast break. And the Royals didn't capitalize on the last one. Let's see what happens here. Amityville keeps giving them opportunities to stay in this game instead of putting it away. And they're going to call it travel.
It's called a travel on the Royals' Driscoll, who has been very active in this last quarter. And Francis starts with the ball. Passes it to Griffin. Stumbles a little bit, but keeps up.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a foul on the Royals. And because Amityville is in the bonus, that means automatic free throws from here on out. Warriors have missed their last 4 free throws. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Got Griffin on the free throw line.
Now, Griffin is somebody that Coach Maloney really wants to look to as his second main scoring option behind Henry on this team, as the free throw is no good. So that's 5 straight points that the Amityville Warriors have left on the table at the charity stripe.
Griffin misses her second free throw shot. Henry has the ball, shoots it up, and it bounces around the rim and goes in, securing another 2 points for Amityville as the time is 2 minutes and 4 seconds with 46-34 on the scoreboard. Nevaeh stumbles the ball. Baptiste and Wonderland fight for the ball.
Yeah, a crowd like that one, Baptiste comes up limping a little bit, but she's tough. She'll be fine. And Henry's doing what she needs to do. Henry, 18 points tonight so far with just under 2 to play.
And Nevaeh passes to her sister. Pass it back to Nevaeh to Batter, who drops it. Nevaeh has the ball. Passes it to Wonderland, who goes to Nevaeh, denied by Baptiste.
Baptiste is all over the court. She doesn't have the points, but she controls the play. She's quarterback in this team, and her defense has been stellar.
Francis recovers the ball.
And they're gonna, looks like they're gonna call a foul on the Warriors on Katz.
Nevaeh starts with the ball. Passes it to her sister. Passes it to Batter. Passes it back to Nevaeh. Ooh, Francis hits the ball.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a foul on Francis as she used her forearm to shove Nevaeh, who's played such a good game today. She's a little shaken up on the play. Hopefully she's okay. She looks like she just wants to walk it off. I mean, Nevaeh is small out there, and she's tough. I mean, you know, she's always in the paint. She's been hitting threes, carrying the ball up the court. So credit to her, and she does not want to come out. You know, Coach Brittman had a player ready to go, and now it looks like he's going to bring her to the sidelines just to take a look at Nevaeh, make sure she's okay.
A lot of chatter from the crowds as they try to figure out what's happening on the court.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why. So I thought the foul would have been called on Francis, but it looks like they're going to call an offense. I'm sorry, they're going to call a foul on Nevaeh. In order to draw a charge, you have to have your feet planted and allow the offensive players. The first free throw is no good. 7 in a row missed, by the way, to allow that player to take 2 steps before running into you, and that didn't happen.
Francis hits her free throw shot.
They're going to wave it off. They're going to call a lane violation.
Driscoll passes it to Nevaeh. Back to Driscoll. Ooh, Henry recovers the ball. Puts it down to Katz, who shoots it up, but Driscoll gets to her. We've got 1 minute and 21 seconds on the clock, and was leading by 46-34. The final 2 minutes of the game. Let's see what happens.
With a 12-point lead, I think this one looks pretty good for the Warriors. They just have to be smart with the ball.
And that's Griffin shooting, misses, and the ball goes to Driscoll. Pass it to Nevaeh, back to Driscoll. To Batter. Henry, the turnover, she layup, gets the 2 points for Amityville. Score is now 48-34.
And that puts Henry in the 20-point category. And I don't have it in front of me. I would love to see, as we get a timeout on the floor, I would love to see what her defensive statistics are today, because she has to have 4 or 5 steals easily, not to mention what she's doing on the glass. Henry just sees the court so well. Her vision is excellent. She knows when she needs to be the force in the paint, but she also knows when she's drawn a double and triple team, how to have the vision to find the open player. And it has been a team effort all the way around here today. But in the fourth quarter, when the Warriors were starting to give a little bit back, you need your best players to be your best players, and Alana Henry has answered the bell today.
Yes, I agree. As I said earlier, Alana Henry is the co-captain, and she takes that role very seriously. As you can see in this last quarter, she's really fighting to keep Amityville on the scoreboard to secure this win.
So both teams come out onto the floor after speaking with their coaches, and this one may be out of hand at this point, but I'm sure Coach Brittman is saying, hey, keep it up, keep up the pace, don't let up. Let's get some more points.
Tuttle starts off with the ball, passes it to Batter, to Matvea, who shoots. Ball does not go in. Wonderland has the ball, passes it to Batter, who shoots, bounces off the board. Francis recovers the ball. Wonderland has the ball and will fight. And Cuevas recovers the ball, but the whistle is blown.
Yeah, going to call another jump ball. They'll give possession back to Amityville. It's their turn. Anna Medvea, she's back on the bench. She appears to be okay. I'm going to guess she's probably going to be out for the rest of this one. There's no sense in risking injury, but her teammates are giving her a hug and consoling her. But thankfully, she appears to be fine.
Francis has the ball. And we see Aqua Temple now subbed into the game. Jones shoots. Batter recovers the ball. And now Weinich has the ball. And she falls over Francis.
So they're going to call a foul. I'm assuming they're going to call it on Francis here, because basically what Francis was doing was trying to set a defensive moving pick, if there is such a thing, which you really can't do. She had her hands pinned to her chest as if to say, see, I didn't do anything wrong. But that was definitely a foul on Francis. But again, kudos to the hustle on both teams as the first free throw doesn't fall from Weinich. Both teams still playing hard here down the stretch in a game that is basically over.
Weinich recovers the ball. Temple has the ball, passes it to Francis. Now we see a whole new lineup that we did at the start of the game. Now we have 7 seconds on the clock. Cuevas has the ball. Whistle is blown. The score is 48-34. We've got 3.8 seconds on the clock.
And that's going to send Francis to the line as, again, in the bonus here. So the Warriors automatically get the shots, but I can hear the ref saying easy, easy, easy. Royals are doing exactly what you're supposed to do if it's a closer game in that situation, try to put the other team on the free throw line. At this point, it's not going to make a difference. We'll see if Francis can end the game on a good note in terms of from the free throw line. The Warriors have not been strong. If there's one area I would criticize here in the fourth quarter, it would be the fact that they have missed those opportunities from the free throw line. But the rest of the team, especially defensively, has done what they needed to do to plug the leak and get the job done.
Batter has the ball, passes it back to Weinich, and the buzzer rings, which signals the end of this game. The Warriors win with a score of 48-34. It's a very exciting game. This was a great game between the two teams. And, well, this has been the... Okay, we will now... After a commercial, we will go to our post-game show. I'm your host, Aaron Kruder, with Mr. Grice, and this is the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
This is Tom Maloney, head coach of the girls varsity basketball team, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. This is the post-game show. I'm your host, Aaron Kruder, with Mr. Grice.
Yeah, it was an exciting game, and look, the Warriors now have a 2-game winning streak, something that they haven't done in a very, very long time, and they're able to do it with a 48-34 victory. And to end the first half of the year and go into the holiday break on that note, they have to be feeling very good about themselves. We're hoping we're going to get head coach Tom Maloney on with us in just a moment or so here to break this game down. But Amityville, you have to give them a lot of credit. They did what they had to do. They had another slow start to this contest, but in the end, they take care of business again, 48-34. And if you're Amityville, what a difference 1 year makes.
I agree. I mean, last year, as we've said before, they had no wins, and now they have a 4-2 record so far in this season, and that's amazing for them. I love that. That's just, it really shows the character of the players of the team and how they've improved, the work that they've put in the offseason. As Coach Maloney said in our coach's interview earlier on in the pregame show, they played over 30, 40 games in the offseason, and that really helped them improve their skills and helped them to win these 4 games so far.
So, again, the Warriors with a 48-34 victory. And we now have the pleasure to be joined by the head coach of the Amityville Warriors, Coach Tom Maloney. And Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. I know you had talked about how important you wanted to see your team get off to a fast start. First quarter offensively, both teams didn't really have it offensively, but after that, it seemed like your team really took off.
Yeah, I mean, sorry for my voice, but we didn't get off to a fast start, but the good thing is we held them from starting fast, which is very important for us. But, you know, once we turn up the heat, once we get warmed up and we turn the heat up, you know, you could see the difference in what pressure does to teams. You know, we've been working on a couple different presses rather than just man. We were working on some half-court traps, and we broke that out, and the girls did a great job of, you know, trapping them and causing them to take double dribbles and turn the ball over. So, and you know, it's not only that, you know, we got to capitalize after making them turn over, and I think we did a good job at that. We didn't really shoot well tonight, but, you know, we put up a lot of pressure on them, and I think that was the difference really in the game. So.
Now, as you said earlier in our coach's interview before the game, you said that the girls usually get off to a slow start, and we did see that in today's game, but after the first quarter, that really changed. So what do you think changed for the team after the first quarter that allowed them to get more points on the board?
It's weird. It's almost like we should play a quarter here before anybody shows up before, you know, the game, because it always seems like we get really we get warmed up after the first quarter. I don't know what it is. Maybe we have to run sprints before the game, or, you know, play a scrimmage before the game or whatever. But, you know, I think they see what is going on the court, and they see where they're starting to really understand the game of basketball, and they're doing things out there without me even telling them. So they just see it. They understand it. They see who's weak with the ball, and they just jump all over them. I always tell them, if you're going to make mistakes, make them going 100 miles an hour. Don't go 50% and make a mistake, because that's a double negative. So, you know. They did a good job tonight. They bounced back after the first quarter.
How different was your halftime speech tonight, being that this is the first time you went into the half with a lead?
So that's the exact same thing. Actually, I went in there. I said, look, we have a lead for once, and we got to learn how to win. Not only with a lead, we got to get into the second half and hold it and sustain it, but learn how to win the right way. For the last year and a half, not this year so much, but last year we learned how to lose the right way, right? We didn't get frustrated. We just stuck together. That was our whole motto last year: stay together, keep the course, all right? And this year, this was the first time we were up, so I did talk to them about being up, taking care of the ball. We're still going to play the way we want to. Just keep going, and let's extend the lead to get some people that really work hard every day that haven't really got a chance to play a lot of game action because of our close games from the beginning of the year. So, it's crazy to think that we've never really had a lead at halftime, but even at the end of the third quarter or towards the end of the fourth quarter, they get all antsy. You see them like jumping around, getting jittery, like, oh, this is amazing type of thing. But you also have to understand that we were in the other chairs last year, and it doesn't feel good sitting on the other side, when you're down 15, 16, 17 points. It's you got to learn how to win the right way. You got to respect yourself, your team, your opponent, and you got to respect the game of basketball. And if you're like showboating and stuff, it's just not the right way to do things, because we would never want that to happen to us. So we shouldn't be doing it to other teams. But they did a great job. They did a phenomenal job responding. And I'm happy with what they did tonight. I'm happy the way they handled themselves, in a win. And, we're looking forward to our next game. So,
All right. Thank you for joining us, Coach. This has been our coach's interview after the game. I'm your host, Aaron Kruder, with Mr. Grice, and Coach Maloney. Thanks.
Thank you for having me. You guys are always the best. I appreciate you.
We appreciate it, Coach. Coach gets to go into break on a 2-game winning streak, something this program hasn't had in quite some time. So the team has to be feeling good. Warriors improved to 4-2 on the season. They sit atop the standings, even though league play hasn't started yet. In League 5, they currently have the best record. Let's break this game down, Aaron. Real quick, we'll start, as we were talking about with Coach, in the first quarter. The game really didn't start off with firecrackers offensively, as the Royals get on the board first. Henry answers the call for the first of her 20 points, and then things kind of slow down.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when we talked to Coach Maloney, he did say that they need a bit more warming up for the game. They do. It feels like as if the first quarter is their warm-up, and that's why they don't play as well. But I think that if they put in more work before the game, but not too much, because you don't always want to be too tired up before a game. But they did, as he said, get very energetic after the second quarter. During halftime, they got all jittery, and that's good. What allowed them to keep the lead after the second quarter and allow them to win this game.
Yeah, basketball is a game of runs. We always say that. The Warriors go on a 6-0 and a 5-0 run in the second quarter, open up a nice lead at the half. Quarter number 3, they come out firing. 6-0 run to start quarter number 3. And from there, it was really all Amityville. Their biggest run was later on in the fourth quarter. 8 points. It was an 8-0 run for the Amityville Warriors, and they built their biggest lead of the game, going up by as much as 20. And I don't have this information in front of me, but I would have to imagine it's been a while since Amityville has had a 20-point lead. But then, to the credit of the Royals, it got a little dicey at the beginning of the fourth quarter, as the Royals said, hey, wait a second, not quite yet, we're not done here.
Yeah, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, things really started to heat up. I think both teams realized that they needed to play hard in order to get more points on the board, get more serious about the game, and the Royals had an 8-point run, which was interesting to see. I think a lot of the points were scored by Matt Vea, who I think she had a lot of playing time in this game. She was a very key player for the Royals. I know they lost some key players last year. If they had more players like her, they would have been able to win over Amityville today. But unfortunately, that 8-point lead was not enough, and they did still lose to Amityville, but they showed a lot of potential in the fourth quarter especially, and in this game. I think that they can improve in further season for this team, and they really show it.
Yeah, they really did. I was saying this during the broadcast. You had to give the black and purple some credit here. 3 3-pointers and a 3-point play. in the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden the Warriors settled down. Credit to Coach Maloney, and we're able to finish up strong. Amityville finishes on a 6-0 run of their own to close this one out. Warriors end up winning 48-34, so they improved to 4-2. Poor Jeff falls to 0-4 on the season, and Amityville's got to be feeling pretty good going into the holiday break.
They definitely do. I mean, they have a 2-game winning streak as of right now, and I think not even that, just from already winning 4 games this season is just it's very positive for them after not winning any games last season. I think this has been a massive morale boost for them, and it will help them going into the season when they have actual games, actual league games, as all their games so far have been non-league games. But after this, I think they'll be ready. Yeah, I think they will be ready for the real league games and for whatever the other teams throw at them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting season. You know, we didn't know what to expect. Maybe we didn't. Maybe Section 11 didn't, or the rest of Suffolk County. It seems like Coach Maloney and his girls knew exactly what to expect. They knew they were going to be better this year. They've worked hard for it. They have a long way to go. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen with playoffs and whatnot, because it really comes down to what you do in your league. And the Warriors haven't had that opportunity yet, but they certainly have shown to this point that, you know, they should be taken seriously. They are not the bottom feeders of League 5 anymore. This is a legitimate team. They have 4 wins early in the season, and they are off to their best start in a very long time.
All right, this has been our post-game show for today's Warriors versus Royals game. I'm your host, Aaron Kruger, with Mr. Grice, and this is the Amityville Broadcasting Network. All right. So our final score was 48-34. Amityville coming out with a boasting lead, and they for sure will feel good for the holidays and enjoy that week off. Thank you, everybody. Have a great holiday. This has been Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.